Hi, this is Dustin Burrell with CIS Networking 102, Treasure Valley Community College. We're going to be doing a packet tracer today, and this one is called 8.4.1.2 Packet Tracer Skills Integration Challenge. Let's get this guy pulling up. Pretty much in this, we're just going to be configuring the three routers. So they'll be able to read OSPFv3 and OSPFv2 versions on configurations of the routers. You will configure IP addressing for all devices, then you'll configure the V2 and V4 I was just talking about. V2 has IPv4, V3 has IPv6, and we'll get right into that. I have all my commands pulled up on my other computer over here. I'll be more than happy to share those with you as we go along. The first one that we want to get done is router 1, and the interfaces that we will be doing is 00 and S000. So go into your command line interface on router A. Get into global executive mode, and our first command is interface G0/0. Reason being on that is because that's our first interface. IP address for IPv4 would be IP address, and the first IP address on our address table that we're going to use is right up here. So just type that in. 172.31.0.1, and then 255.255.254.0. So there's our first IP address for our interface, and do a no shut command on it. And you'll notice that the change state went to up on that. And now we're going to go interface S0/0/0. And hold on just a sec, let's go back into our mode. Interface S0/0/0. As you can see, the IP address is 172.31.4.1 and 255.172.31.4.1, 255.255.255.252. Do a no shut command on this. Make sure you spell it right, and you'll see that that one went down. And if you guys are wondering why that went down, is because we haven't set this one up on the router yet. So we did this configuration and this configuration for router 1, and that, but we're not necessarily done with this because we still have a couple things we want to do. The part that we just completed is right here, IPv4 addressing. Now we got to give it an ID, router ID, address for each interface, and then LAN interface set to passive. So let's go give it the router name, and we got to exit out of here and get into config mode. And on this we're just doing router OSPF1 for the process ID. And for our router ID, we will do router/ID 1.1.1.1. After that, we need to get our network set up, and I just showed you the networks we're working with. This one right here, and this one right here. So type in network, and we're going to go 172.31.0.0 with a wildcard mask of 0.0.1.255 area 0. So that section's covered. And then network 172.31.4.0 with a wildcard mask of 0.0.1.255 0.3 area 0. So we got both those networks there, and we just have to put a passive code on our G interface so it'll pass through. Don't forget this command too, because when I forgot this command I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get connectivity, and that's why. So passive G0/0, very important. Get that in there, and we're pretty much done on router A. So let's exit out, copy, run, start that. Okay, so you can get out of here, and if you're just curious of where you're at on your activity, go here to check results, then hit assessments, and we just did router A. Let's see if we got it all. So we got it all done, and that's good. So let's go back and continue and just get into router 2 now. And the interfaces we'll be working with router 2 is S00, S001, and G00. So let's get into the command line interface on here. If it'll let us. There we go. Get into your global executive mode. As you're here, you have quite a bit of configurations. Just to do the first step down here, just to let you guys follow along. We just finished everything here. Now on router B, we're going to set up IPv4 and IPv6 addressing according to the addressing table. So let's do our interface G0/0, and the IP address for this is 172.31.2.1. So the subnet mask is 255.255.254.0. And another, now we have to also put IPv6 addresses on here too. So let's make sure we get that on there for the G00 interface. So we go IPv6 address, and it's 2001:DB8:1:1/64. And the next one you have to get in there is the Winkle local address. So we're going to go IPv6 address, and it's FE80:1 link local, and do a no shut command on this, and it changed the state to up. Now we need to do interface S, interface S0/0/0, and the address we're going to use for this is IP address 172.31.4.2, and our subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. So there's an IP address set up there. We also need to get a, we don't need to set up an IPv6 for serial 00 because it's just an IPv4 address. But we do need to set up an IPv6 for serial 001. So let's go into interface S. Oh, hold up, just a sec. Don't get ahead of myself and do a no shot on here. Change the state to up. Interface S0/0/1. Hold on. Oh. Okay, there we go. Alright. Interface S0/0/1. Oh, we gotta get back into global exec mode. There we go. Config. Interface S0/0/1. Okay, we're there now. And let's see here. IPv6 address 2001:db8:2:2 no ::1/64 and then no shut on that. Okay, and that changed the state down because we haven't configured router 3 yet. And before we move on, we still have to do the OSPFv2 routing requirements and the OSPFv3 routing requirements on RB before we move to router C. So just staying in there. Here we gotta exit out and make sure we're in config and give it its ID, OSPF. Now we're in router mode and give it its ID. And then our networks that we have to set up. Wildcard mask is 0.0.1.255. Okay. Network 172.31.2.0 with a space of 0.0.1.255.